There's an amazing Halloween sale going on right now, and I've ranked them all by scariness. Level 1. Disney approved. You want to play some horror games, but you're just too chicken to do it. Don't be ashamed. Start with the games below and build up that horror muscle. Castlevania Dominus Collection. Amazing collection of 3 classic Castlevania games: Dawn of Sorrow, Portrait of Ruin and Order of Ecclesia. Nobody should miss this collection. Cultist Simulator. Run a cult, but it's a deck builder and a puzzler. Yeah, it's confusing and complicated, but really fun. Cult of the Lamb. Run a cult. Didn't I just do that? As a sheep. And it's a hack and slasher. Yeah, try to make sense of that. Dredge. It's fishing, it's horror, and there's a touch of Tetris. Nobody thought it could be done, but they did it anyway. Carry-On. Science project gone wrong, but you're the science project. Time to pay back those pesky humans with their pokey sticks. Ghostbusters the video game remastered. Written by Dan Aykroyd and Harold Ramis. The original Ghostbusters were involved with this. What more do I have to say? Death Road to Canada. The Oregon Trail except with zombies. And more gore. Like, a lot more. Resident Evil 6. Nothing good about this game. But it's not scary, so I put it on the Disney approved list. Seriously though, don't get this game. This is a PSA against it. Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Fun, top-down zombie arcade shooter from my youth. I'm really aging myself here. Ghost Trick. You died, and you have to solve your own murder as a ghost. Super fun and creative puzzler. Level 2. Mildly unnerved. We're still in what I'd call the diaper territory, and not because it's so scary. But you're building that horror muscle, and we're making progress. Keep at it, and soon you'll be playing with the big boys. Left 4 Dead 2. The standard when it comes to multiplayer, co-op, zombie survival shooters. World War Z. Another multiplayer co-op zombie survival shooter, but with much more zombies. Zombie Army 4. You'll notice a trend here. Another zombie co-op shooter. This time with snipers and a really cool kill cam. Blasphemous 2. Super dark and grim platformer that's not for the faint of heart, because of how difficult it is. And I will go so far as to call some of the monsters in this unnerving. Project Zomboid. The best zombie survival simulator out there. Period. Hollow Knight. Not exactly horror, but it does get creepy down in those tunnels. Also the best Metroidvania according to my Metroidvania community poll. Crow Country. Too scared to play Resident Evil? Fear not. Literally. Here's the not so scary alternative to those classic Resident Evil games. Great game by the way. Pacific Drive. Station wagon driving simulator, but there's paranormal activity everywhere. Returnal. Don't even talk to me about this game. Roguelike with a story and it's super hard. State of Decay 2. Single player base building and zombie survival open world, but arcadey. Darkest Dungeon. Only the best tactical turn-based strategy game out there. Plus lots of Lovecraftian horror. Can't go wrong with that. Well, try not to throw your Steam Deck. Aliens Dark Descent. For once, you're not the victim. Take charge of a squad of colonial marines and eliminate those aliens that have been plaguing your nightmares for years. This is an RTS, by the way. Catherine Classic. I don't even know what to say about this, but I'm going to try. It's a dating sim where you climb a killer tower. There, I said it. Are you happy? Salt and Sanctuary. Another Metroidvania. I'd call this one the Souls-like of Metroidvanias. Vampire. Plot twist. You are the vampire. Stasis Bone Totem. This proves that point-and-click adventures can be mildly scary. It's on an oil rig and stuff has gone horribly wrong. Yuppie Psycho. If you think your job sucks, play this game. It's an office job, but you're also a witch hunter. Other Side. Complicated and super stylish turn-based strategy game with some cool tactical twists. And grim. And dark also. You're gonna be losing a lot of your female soldiers. Did I mention there's only female soldiers? I figured that'd perk you up. Dead Rising 2 and 3. More zombie kicking in the mall. Limbo. Guide a little boy through a shadow dimension in this 2D platformer. Level 3. Might need a nightlight. We're getting into the weeds now, and things are getting spooky in the weeds. Little Nightmares 1 and 2. Very unnerving hide and seek for adults, with some super creepy monster designs. Still Wakes the Deep. Walking simulator on a collapsing oil rig, with lots of eldritch horrors. Starting to get into some creepy stuff now. Doom, the original shooter in hell. That's creepy, right? And its amazing follow-up Doom Eternal. Best described as ballet with a jetpack and guns. The Last of Us Part 1. We need The Last of Us Season 2 right now. Days Gone. The Last of Us but less good, with more guns and motorcycles. System Shock. One word. Showdown. This psychopathic AI won't stop at anything to take you down and wipe out humanity. Signalis. Another top-down Resident Evil lookalike. I mean that in the best way possible. Also, this is androids and monsters that are not zombies. Inscription. Deck builder but creepy. Also, you're stuck in a cabin with a weird dungeon master. You should really play this. The Quarry. Choose your own adventure style game. Great cast and fun story. And literally everybody can die, so no pressure. Resident Evil 4 Remake. I mean, what am I gonna say about this? Just play it already. Ghostwire Tokyo. Spooky ghost shooter with finger guns. In Tokyo, as you might have guessed. Dark Picture Anthology House of Ashes. From the same guys as The Quarry. Another choose your own adventure. Not as good, but not bad. Darkwood. Top-down survival in a world enveloped by a spooky forest. Probably the eeriest game on this list. Callisto Protocol. If you thought the Dead Space remake was too good, try this. The casting of Frank Stone. I keep saying this, but another choose your own adventure style game. From the same guys. This is what they do well. Dusk. Cool boomer shooter against cultists and monsters. Blair Witch. I think you get the gist. Video game adaptation of the game's namesake found footage movie. Among the Sleep. Apparently it's creepy to be a toddler. Check out this game to find out why. Dayman 1994 Sandcastle. Zombie shooting with a B-movie feel, in a good way. Also, it's in Area 51, so it doesn't get more campy than that. Stories Untold. Super unique adventure horror game. 4 different stories, all worth it. Resident Evil Revelations 2. Resident Evil, but it's trying to be cool like its classic older Resident Evil brothers. And it's working. Level 4. Need new underwear. We are solidly in horror territory now. Turn on that nightlight and check under the couch. Stuff is getting real. Alone in the Dark. Not a great game and not worth full price, but at a deal, worth the price of admission. Call of Cthulhu. Slow burn walking simulator with a really creepy Lovecraftian atmosphere. Not a perfect game, but great at what it does. The Forest and Sons of the Forest. Take Survivor and spice things up by adding some monsters and you get The Forest and its sequel Sons of the Forest. Dead Space Remake. If you tried Callisto Protocol and thought horror needs more than dim lighting, try Dead Space, the game that did it right. Also, Dead Space 2 and 3, still great games even all these years later. Subnautica. Take a nice dive on an alien planet and get eaten by sea monsters. Also craft a submarine. This game wins the Amazing Atmosphere Award. Dying Light. Best parkour zombie shooter out there. Forget the second one. The Mortuary Assistant. Now this is a creepy game. Go about your mortuary ways and in the process also exorcise a possessed corpse. Alan Wake. The original Alan Wake. Still great with an amazing story and atmosphere. Soma. From the creators of Amnesia: The Dark Descent, but in an abandoned research facility. Why you're there and what happened, no one knows. The Evil Within 2. I will forever be salty that The Evil Within didn't do better than it did. An open world stealth horror game. It doesn't get better than that. Doom 3 is an oddity in the series. More horror than shooter and very underappreciated. Resident Evil 1, 2 and 3 Remake. Of course, the Resident Evil remakes are all splendid, including number 3. Song of Horror. Play this if you're tired of all the typical horror experiences. The Cat Lady. Heavy and depressing, but with an amazing story and atmosphere. Oh, and it's a point and click, so not for everyone. Level 5. I already called my therapist. We finally made it. The games that make you change your underwear, keep the nightlight on, and make you check under the bed. The scariest of horror games. Alien Isolation. You'll never look at hide and seek the same way. Amnesia: The Dark Descent. One of the original first-person survival horror games. And a scary one at that. Age hasn't slowed this down one bit. Also try Rebirth and The Bunker, both great horror games. Outlast 1 and 2. I'll argue to my dying breath that Outlast 2 is the scariest game ever made. Outlast 1 isn't bad either. Try them if you dare. The Evil Within 1. The Evil Within 2 has the better story, gameplay and world, but The Evil Within 1 is scarier by a mile. Tormented Souls. This is a Resident Evil clone if I ever saw one, but Resident Evil was never this creepy. Visage. If you don't have enough ghosts, hauntings and visions in your life, try this. Madison. Sounds like a hot woman, but nothing could be further from the truth. We're talking demons, possessions and a whole list of disturbing events. Get your diaper change ready. And that's it, the best deals of the Halloween sale. Let me know what you think. Check here to see what type of gamer you are, and I hope to see you in the next one.